Hello again, my friends. It's Miss Lacey. Hi. I'm not wearing a mask because I'm in my home. And I have another book for you. This one is an oldie, but a goodie. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's been retold by Bonnie Dobkin and illustrated by Rajesh Tanwar. And remember before, we talked about a retold story. That means it's a story that's been told so many times, but that's okay. People are happy to tell it again because it's so good. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Well, right away, I count 1, 2, 3 bears. So now I guess all we need to do is find Goldilocks. Oop. I think we might have done that already. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once there was a little girl with a bright, happy smile and long, curly blonde hair. Everyone called her Goldilocks. Oh, see, when they talk about locks, that's like your hair. That's another way that you could talk about your long hair. Call them your locks. Yeah, all of these people out there wandering around, and there she is running and playing. Goldilocks lived in a cottage by the edge of the woods. Always curious, she wondered what was in those woods. "May I go for a walk in the forest?" she asked her parents one day. That's good that she asked. "No," said her mother. "The woods are too big. You might lose your way." That's fair. She's just a little girl. If she gets lost out there, what's going to happen? "No," said her father. "The woods can be dangerous. You might get hurt." That's another fair point. If she gets hurt out there, who's going to help? "Promise us you won't go into the woods," her parents said together. "I promise," sighed Goldilocks. "I promise." Oh gosh. She wanted to do a thing, but they're telling her no. What should she do? She should listen, right? Because mom and dad, they know what's best. They want her to be safe, and safety first, always. One day, though, the sun was shining. The air felt fresh and cool, and the branches of the trees seemed to be waving at her. Goldilocks thought about her promise. "I probably shouldn't go into those woods," she said. Probably. She knows she shouldn't. But she did. Oh, she went right on in there. Look at her go. She knows she doesn't belong up in those woods. But there she goes. Now, deep in the woods, there was another cottage. And in this cottage lived 3 bears. I hear you, ma'am. You're okay. My birdie says hi. Papa Bear was a great big bear with a great big voice. He liked to fix things around the house, and he loved to cook. Oh, look at that. We already know something nice about him. He likes fixing things, and he likes to cook. Mama Bear was a medium-sized bear with a soft, sweet voice. She liked to work in the yard, and she loved to sing. That's something nice, too. Now we know something about her. Oh, look. See, they're drawing musical notes to show that she's singing and she's outside. Baby Bear was a very small bear. That makes good sense if he's the baby. With a thin, squeaky voice, he liked to do whatever his parents were doing. So here he is. He's helping. He's got a hammer there. He's going to help his daddy. One morning, Papa Bear made a big pot of delicious porridge. It's like the hot mush that we have sometimes for breakfast. He filled 3 bowls to the very top. First, he filled a great big bowl. Then he filled a medium-sized bowl. And finally, he filled a very small bowl with pictures of honeybees on it. "The porridge looks wonderful," said Mama Bear. "The porridge smells wonderful," said Baby Bear. "The porridge is wonderful," said Papa Bear. "Eat up." Oh, he made them some yummy breakfast. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, and look, there's those bees. What a fun bowl. Yow! Cried Baby Bear. The porridge is too hot. He's right, said Mama Bear, looking at Papa. Well then, said Papa Bear, why don't we just go for a walk until the porridge cools? Hooray, said Baby Bear, fanning his tongue. And off they set into the woods. They're going to go for a little walk and give the food a chance to cool down. It's just too hot right now. It's too fresh. They have to wait a bit. Just as the three bears left for their walk, someone came running out of the forest. It was Goldilocks. Oh, there she is. Why didn't I listen to my parents? She said. Now I'm lost. I don't know which way to go. Oh, gosh. That's not good at all. She's all by herself out there. She wasn't being a listener, and now she's just wandered, and she has no idea where she is. Well, that's not good. Then Goldilocks saw the cottage. Always curious, she wondered who lived there. She knocked on the door. Hello, she said. Is anyone home? Of course, no one was. As she kept knocking, the door swung open. Oh, it was probably not closed properly before they left, and obviously they didn't lock it. You should always lock your door when you leave your house. As she kept knocking, the door swung open. I probably shouldn't go inside, she said. Probably? Should you go wandering into other people's homes? Not unless they invite you, and there's somebody that you're meant to be seeing. We don't just go wandering up to people's houses and wander inside. That's not safe, and it's not polite. I probably shouldn't go inside, she said, but she did. She goes right on into that house. The first thing Goldilocks saw was a cozy living room. In it was a fireplace and 3 chairs made of wood. One was a great big chair with a tall back and thick arms. There it is. One was a medium-sized chair. It glowed in the light and had a soft, fluffy cushion. Oh, look, it's so soft. And one was a very small chair with butterflies painted on it. Oh, I'm getting the sense that Baby Bear likes bugs. He's got a bowl that has bees, and he's got a chair that has butterflies. I like bugs too. Goldilocks suddenly realized that her feet hurt. This isn't my house, she said. I probably shouldn't sit in those chairs. But she did. She just climbed all up on their furniture. This is not her house. These are not her things, but she's climbing up on them. First, she sat in the great big chair. The scratchy wood left splinters in her bottom. Ow! Ouch, she said. This chair is too rough. Next, Goldilocks sat in the medium-sized chair. The chair was so slippery, she slid right off. Oh, I guess those pillows weren't attached. Whoops, she said. This chair is too smooth. Finally, she sat in the very small chair. Ah, sighed Goldilocks. This one is just right. Then crash! The chair broke all to pieces. Oh no! Oh, she smashed that chair to bits. Look at all these pieces. Oh no, said Goldilocks. Look what I've done. I have to leave. Well, if you break something, don't just leave. Make sure to leave a note or something that says how to find you so you can fix it. She needs to be apologizing for this mess. But then she smelled a wonderful smell. Always curious, she followed the smell to the doorway of the kitchen. See this little line here? That's how an artist shows you that there's a smell. There's something out there that she can smell, and she's going to follow it. We know what that is. On a table in the kitchen, Goldilocks saw 3 bowls. The wonderful smell was coming from them. Suddenly, Goldilocks realized that she was very hungry. She's got sore feet and she's very hungry. She's been wandering around the woods all day. I probably shouldn't taste what's in those bowls, said Goldilocks. And that's absolutely right. You don't just go up and eat random things. You don't want to put that in your mouth. She could be allergic. It's not her food in the first place that belongs to somebody else. There are all kinds of things that could go wrong. Don't just eat random things that you find. She shouldn't taste what's in the bowls, but she did. First, she tasted the porridge in the great big bowl. Ow, she cried. This porridge is too hot. Next, she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. She said. This porridge is too cold. All right, well, that's fair. Cold mush isn't very tasty. Finally, she tasted the porridge in the very small bowl. It wasn't too hot, and it wasn't too cold. Yum, said Goldilocks. This porridge is just right. And she ate it all up. Oh, gosh. So now she's put her mouth on this and this and this. So her saliva is in all of these things. If someone were to come and try and eat this after their walk, they could get sick from whatever she has. And remember, they tried to eat from this too, so they've licked those spoons as well. This is not sanitary. Now, Goldilocks saw a stairway leading up to another floor of the cottage. Always curious, she wondered what was at the top of those stairs. I probably shouldn't go up there, she said. But she did. She's already in it now, isn't she? She's busted up their furniture. She's eaten up their food. She's going to go wander around the house and see what else she can do. At the top of the stairs, Goldilocks saw 3 beds. One was a great big bed that was painted blue. One was a medium-sized bed that was painted red. And one was a very small bed with a blue and red frame. Oh, see, Papa's is blue, Mama's is red, Baby's is blue and red. Oh, would you look at that? Look real close. I see more butterflies. Suddenly, Goldilocks realized she was feeling very sleepy. I probably shouldn't try those beds, she said. But she did. Oh, this naughty girl. Oh my goodness. This child has been climbing all around through the woods, going through all that dirt and all that mess. And do you see her shoes down here? Nope. This child just climbed right on up into these sheets with all that mess on her. Oh. First she tried the great big bed. Her head went down with a thunk. Ugh, she said, this bed is too hard. So she's messed up that bed. Next, she tried the medium-sized bed. And this time she almost disappeared. She could barely breathe. Oof, said Goldilocks. This bed is too soft. That's exactly how I like my bed, though. I like to be all nice and cozy. Finally, after wrecking that bed, getting her germs and dirt all over, she tried the very small bed. It wasn't too hard and it wasn't too soft. Ah, said Goldilocks. This bed is just right. And she snuggled under the covers and fell fast asleep. So there she is, this rude little girl, just sleeping in that bed, getting her shoes and mess everywhere. A little while later, the 3 bears returned from their walk. They stopped in surprise when they saw the open door. Oh no, said Mama Bear. Someone has been in our house. That's a very scary thought. It could be someone dangerous. Someone could have taken their things. Someone could still be in there. Ooh, be careful, said Papa Bear. That someone could still be in there. He's thinking like I'm thinking. Safety first, always. Be careful. The 3 bears tiptoed into the living room. Someone's been sitting in my chair, grumbled Papa Bear. Well, someone's been sitting in my chair, gasped Mama Bear. The pillows are all over. Someone's been sitting in my chair, squeaked Baby Bear. And that someone broke it all to pieces. Oh, this poor kid. He just went out for a little bit and now his stuff's all broken. They hurried into the kitchen. Someone's been eating my porridge, roared Papa Bear. That's good he noticed before he started licking that spoon again. Someone's been eating my porridge, cried Mama Bear. What a mess. Someone's been eating my porridge, squeaked Baby Bear. And that someone ate it all up. This must feel like a very personal attack for poor Baby Bear. Because he's seeing that they still have their things, even if they're only a little bit damaged. But his stuff is thoroughly wrecked. Poor kid. Now the three bears rushed up the stairs. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed," growled Papa Bear. He is fair to feel bothered by this. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed," whispered Mama Bear. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed," squeaked Baby Bear. "That someone is still there." Oh my goodness, how terrifying that must be for them. These are bears. And what if they come home to find their house is wrecked, their food is eaten, and now this little girl is sleeping there? She's not a bear. She's some other kind of creature. She is a creature in their house, sleeping in their bed. What should they do? Oh my goodness. Papa and Mama Bear rushed over next to Baby Bear. They looked at Goldilocks. Then they looked at each other. Papa Bear let out a great big roar. Yeah, mister. Roar. Goldilocks woke up. First, she saw a very small bear with big, wide eyes. Next, she saw a medium-sized bear with a worried frown. Then she saw a great big bear with great big teeth and great big claws. Goldilocks shrieked. Oh, she's in trouble now. Goldilocks jumped out of bed, rushed across the bedroom, leapt down the stairs, ran through the kitchen, raced across the living room, and burst out the door. I don't see anything in here that says that she apologized. Nope, this little girl just took off. She ran and ran and ran until she saw her own cottage through the trees at the edge of the forest. Well, it looks like she found her way home well enough, didn't she? Turned around and went back the way that she came from. Her mother and father were standing in the doorway. Goldilocks ran up to them. "We've been so worried," they cried, giving her a hug. "I'm sorry," said Goldilocks. "I should have listened to you." "But at least you're safe," said her father. "Come in the house. I'll make you something to eat." Oh my goodness. Well, they're very happy to have her. But is she telling them what she did? No. This little girl has caused a lot of damage in someone else's home, and she is not confessing to it. She's acting as though she went through something. She just wrecked their house. The next day, Goldilocks sat out on her front step again. She could see the forest. The trees seemed to smile at her. "I probably shouldn't ever go into the woods again," she told herself. But, oh gosh, she didn't learn a lesson, did she? Nope, she didn't learn a thing. Oh, I hope that she decides to stay home, but it seems like now that she knows that nothing really bad's going to happen to her, that's not a very well-behaved little child. We don't belong in other people's homes unless we're invited, and we certainly shouldn't be wrecking their things. If someone was kind enough to allow you into their home, please be gentle with their things. You're a guest. That is not your home. Please be gentle. All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. This was a long story. Thank you so much for being such good listeners. Good job sitting so long. It's time for me to get going. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.